Please, can you tell us your full name and a little bit about yourself?
Hi, Kyle. I'm Celia Muncaster, and I am a late blooming artist and writer. I started out in life, I wrote my first children's book when I was about 9, and it was illustrated. And at some part of me knew I always wanted to do that. And I had a very, very long gap in my life, but eventually I got onto that path, and that's what I'm doing now.
Do you remember how was your first approach to art?
I grew up believing that I could not draw, and up until 1996, I drew stick figures. And I genuinely believed I couldn't draw, and I took drawing on the right side of the brain, which allowed me to turn off that inner critic and get beyond it. And I studied with a private instructor for a year. And so I began.
In the world of art, who inspires you the most and why?
My initial inspiration was Mary Pratt. She's a Canadian artist. She passed away only a couple of years ago. And I used to walk past the Equinox Gallery in Vancouver, and I was so taken with her watercolors. She uses full spectrum color, and I knew that I wanted to be able to paint like her. I've also been very influenced, obviously, by the Impressionists, by Pierre Bonnard and David Hockney. I'm particularly fond of David Hockney as well.
Can you name us one of your favorite pieces?
I can't name it exactly, actually, but it's David Hockney exploring space and time, and it was a gallery installation that was really extraordinary.
How is your creative process?
I carry a camera or an iPad with me at all times, and wherever I am, I take photographs when I see something that lights me up, and I work from story. I work with a sketchbook, and I work with thumbnails, and I just keep interacting between the two mediums.
How do you deal with stress when it comes to creating?
I have Christian prayer practice that I do every day. I try to get out in nature. And I also belong to a professional organization. And this fall, I was really blocked. I was really stuck on this story that I've been working on, and I reached out to them, and they did some extraordinary editing, made some extraordinary editing suggestions for me, which then allowed me to go forward.
What is your advice for people that want to start doing art?
Believe you can do it. Believe you can do it, and seek out like-minded people and build a library, a reference library. It's really, really important to have a good reference library of your own, and go to the Toronto Reference Library or your nearest reference library, and pour through their books. Educate your eye.
So thank you very much, Celia, for having us here.